Lego City Undercover! There's a game that came out 4 years ago on a console that not many people owned. And now, Traveller's Tales, they're trying to make up for it by releasing it on every console under the sun, including the Nintendo Switch. Emily Soden, isn't that right?
Yes, it's true. But don't you know that old is new?
Old is new, because it's new for me, because I never played it before. So that's why we're chatting about it today. I think it's just gone live in the US. And it's certainly appearing on other consoles, the PlayStation 4 and PCs and that. PC version, very bad reviews. PlayStation version, pretty good reviews. We're not interested in them. We're interested in the Nintendo Switch version because we are obviously all about the mobile over here. So, my question is, how has it fared on the transition to the Nintendo Switch? Firstly, I think the main issue people had with it was some loading time issues. So it took quite long to load in between sections. Is that still the case here?
I actually didn't experience it at all. Like I saw earlier on this week on YouTube, someone did a comparison between the Wii U and the Switch. But actually, my experience of the Switch version, it loaded even faster.
Really?
Yeah. So it's still like it took its time, but it wasn't like excessive. It wasn't like Witcher 3 in between combat kind of load.
Okay, that's the standard by which we use it. I've also heard that it changes depending on whether the system is docked or undocked.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Oh, right. Okay. Because we've talked about this before in other Switch videos, but when you dock the Switch, it's essentially overclocking the processor so to make everything run a little bit faster. And sometimes that can mean you get a boost in resolution. Here, I think it keeps the same resolution, but maybe offers that boost in performance, so in loading time. So you're saying it's faster. Yeah,
for sure. I played most of it last night, undocked rather. To the point at which the battery completely ran out, and I experienced like quite a lot of frame rate droppage.
Oh, frame rate as well is affected.
Yeah, so it was like, stuttery. But as soon as I put it back on the dock and played it in the late evening on PC, well not on PC, but docked up to me on monitor screen, it was much more fluid.
Oh, right. So definitely performance differences between the two. That is interesting. I think we're going to see a lot more of this sort of stuff on Switch, where one version or one way of playing will kind of suffer in comparison to the other. Usually, let's face it, the handheld version, but you're giving up some of the speed for the convenience of being able to wander about and play it anywhere. So that's quite nice. Speaking of which, the actual game itself, we're seeing it running. You're this dude. You're running around in a mining like. I was expecting to see you running around like GTA style, driving cars and stuff. What were you doing here?
Well, this is the
he's fallen down.
Apparently, yeah. But I didn't lose any hearts, so I'd call that pro.
That's a big win for you.
Yeah, big win for me. My Lego legs did not Lego fall off. But yeah, no. In the beginning, you do like drive around in your car, arresting criminals and whatnot. And I've arrested a few people here. You've seen my my little copper uniform come out on numerous occasions.
Yes.
But at this point, I've got to infiltrate a mine. For the life of me, I actually can't remember why. I'm searching for someone stinky. I know that.
That's their distinguishing characteristic, is they are stinky.
Yeah, apparently. I haven't met him yet, but, apparently he is rather...
fragrant.
Yeah, odorsome.
And how does it differ from the standard Lego games that we're all used to, usually based around a theme of Batman or an Avengers or something like that? How is this different?
It's less side-scrolly, if you know what I mean. I know there have been other levels, there have been other games which are slightly more, not open-worldy, but you've got a bit more option, like in the Lego Lord of the Rings ones where you can run up a hill or something.
Yeah, there was some more space to move around in those.
Yeah, whilst the Lego Harry Potter games, they kind of, they're very much side to side.
But fairly on the rails.
Yeah. But in this one, it's quite fun. There are obviously still some restrictions because it's a Lego game. But overall, it's more fun to run around destroying everything because my obsession to not be able to leave any coins makes it so.
Those coin collectathons is what these end up being about, and if you are a bit OCD with it, then it really taps into that, this franchise.
Yeah, well, for the sake of simplicity, I just ran around doing this bit for... Ooh, close call. But I ran around doing this bit for the sake of, capturing footage and things. So actually watching this back is making me really anxious.
Well, that you've maybe missed a gem or two.
I've seen that I've missed a ton of coins, and it's really annoying me.
Splendid. So you said you played this pretty much till your battery died last night. So, I mean, you're familiar with the genre. Everyone pretty much is been playing these games. Where does this stand in the pantheon of Lego games? Do you think this format suits it better, or do you prefer the more linear, thematically driven, like based on a franchise style games?
Do you know, it totally depends, I think, because actually it's not that this is classed altogether as a Lego game, you know, in the same way that Lego Harry Potter, Lego Lord of the Rings, etc. are all kind of pieced together as part of a franchise. This one kind of has a fairly, you know, generic cliche kind of story. The bad guy's got out, you've got to search for him, and that's that. But it's hilarious in its own right. Like, I mean, I'm quite childish anyway. So
well, we do play games.
We do play games a lot, but this one was like, I was playing through it yesterday, and there were it's a game packed full of movie references as well, like crime movie references. So there's like some Escape from Alcatraz references in there, and when I was in the prison before this one, there was a big Shawshank Redemption reference as well, including there's a guy who looks like Morgan Freeman from Shawshank Redemption in it, and another criminal comes up to him being like, "Oh, are you free, man? Like, are you free, man? Are you free right now?" And then the guy goes sort of really shiftily around. He's like, no, I'm not Freeman. His lawyers might be watching.
I see. So we're going several layers deep in the nod, wink, irony reference factors.
Oh yeah, and I admit, you know, some people hate them, but I quite like them.
Well, yeah, sometimes people use it as a substitute for humour. Just, hey, remember that other thing? Remember that film you watched? That was good, wasn't it? Like, that's not really a joke by itself. But I have heard that it does have a light touch when it comes to humour, and is a good way of introducing these kind of open world concepts and like mission based, go off and do a thing at your own time, especially to the younger generation. Maybe if you don't want your kids playing GTA 5, then this is possibly a good alternative for that. And the big problem before was always that not enough people really played it because it was a Wii U exclusive. So I guess it's good to see it on other platforms. So, I mean, your experience so far sounds pretty positive. You would broadly recommend it at this point?
Yeah, do you know, aside from its slightly steep price point to begin with, it's actually really, like, I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I have.
Okay.
Just because I thought it'd be another generic Lego game where you go around collecting stuff, and some bits can feel a little bit grindy, where you have to unlock certain parts of the level by collecting those blocks. Those ones there, the blue and silver ones.
Yeah.
But once you kind of, I don't know, look past all of that, there's just daft things, really. That's all it is. It's just daft.
I can get on board with daft. Daft is fine.
Yeah, and I love daft, because I am daft.
Well, that's sort of good news then in that case. If you have got a Switch, this is going to be available in the UK in the next day or so, I think. And if you are in the US, you may already be able to get your hands on this one. But we'll do a full review over on PocketGamer when you're done with it, when you finish playing it, Emily, and we'll report back in due time. But in the meantime, this is what it looks like. Lego City Undercover, Nintendo Switch, and we'll speak to you all very soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.